Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am UncleLander and this is Gran Turismo 2 GT or Sim mode of the game, playing this on PAL. On the last episode, we have managed to complete the entire Muscle Car Cup with the Corvette Stinger 69, which still requires a little bit of modifying, but we are definitely getting on the right track with that one. On today's episode, I'm gonna beat the Pure Sports Car Cup with the Mazda RX-7 Type RS. So, as per usual, we're gonna jump into this car. We are going to test this car on 401,000 meters. We're gonna modify it for the entire cup, and then we're gonna simply go for it. By the way, this episode, like every single other episode, is recorded live on Twitch, twitch.tv/UncleLander. Links in the description and pinned comment. In Caesar with the question, what controller am I using? PlayStation 5 controller. I'm using the DualSense controller because I simply want to give it a try, and I do not regret that. It's actually a pretty decent controller, but for the PC, just for the honestly, this controller is not bad, but honestly, for most of the games, all the layout of the buttons is shown as an Xbox controller. So if you want to buy yourself a controller, just get an Xbox One. It's gonna be less confusing. Alright, Mazda RX-7 at 400 meters. And we crossed the line with 14 seconds, 0.174. And that's the result of 400 meters. Now let's jump into the 1000. We actually have managed to place this car on the 7th place.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hello, Crazy. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. And 1000 meters with 25.197 seconds. And that is gonna place us at 7th place as well. Alright, let's see what is the maximum speed of this car without any modifications on the one full lap of the test course. It's a real shame the Mazda RX-7 only has 5 gears available. I really believe that this car is deserving of a 6th gear. Sadly, only special editions of this car have 6 gears on it. already reaching speed of 270 kilometers an hour. We need to aim a little bit higher than that. At least 280. There we go, 280. And we might actually be placed somewhere down below when it comes to the maximum speed ranking, but we'll see. .281 maybe? Yes, there it is. 282, 283. Nope, 282. Excuse me. 282 kilometers an hour, and that places us at a pretty solid 5th position. Alright, now without further ado, we're gonna jump into the Mazda manufacturer and we're gonna upgrade our car. The first requirement is anywhere below 393 brake horsepower. So the first thing I'm gonna upgrade on this car is brakes, suspension, tires, weight of the car, and then I'm gonna proceed with the horsepower. So let's start with the brakes. Alright, there goes the drivetrain. Now let's get the suspension, which the only viable option is always the fully customized service. No other. Other types of suspensions are kind of a waste of time and money. Alright, let's figure out the maximum power output we can put on this car. The maximum right now is 393. We already have increased the power of the car to 302 brake horsepower, 308 with the computer, 315 with the balancing port, 321 with the port grinding. I really doubt that this car was gonna have displacement increase. Yeah, it doesn't have it. But now with turbo, the first thing I'm gonna check is intercooler, and I'm gonna buy the intercooler first, so then I can proceed with the turbo. And now let's see the turbine kit. I guess we're gonna keep this car at 338 brake horsepower on the first race, and then we're probably gonna slap the stage 2 turbo for the second, and then stage 3 turbo for the last race. Okay, so we have a plan. We have the car somewhat prepared. We still need to adjust the height, toe, cambers, and whatnot. So let's do exactly that. Laguna Seca, the first race of the Pure Sports Car Cup with 394 brake horsepower. Let's go. Yeah, let's make it 5. I guess that 6.5 can stay. 110. 4 and 6, I guess? Yes, that should be good. Let's try this camber. I'm not gonna adjust the toe. 4 and 5 on the stabilizers. That should do good because the Japanese car. Stabilizer. That's pretty much by default. We're definitely gonna increase the gearbox maybe to 11. Alright, let's see how this car is gonna perform at the Laguna Seca Raceway. Going to adjust my chair. Alright. Tomica ZZS, Honda NSX, S2000, Lotus Europa, and Lancia Stratus, which is a car you can only win in a race. Oh, it sticks quite nicely. Very nicely. It just gets into the corners and just consumes them. But of course, it's also me who is not being very certain or not very confident in my own abilities. Is it Lotus Europa? Did I say Elise by accident? Because now that I think about it, I think I said Elise. The white is Lotus Europa, which I would love to get it before I'm even gonna get into the Historic Car Cup, because I would love to modify it and fight with it against the Ford GT40. Which, if we are not gonna get it, that's great, but if we're gonna get it, well, sucks. But this is why I'm doing this championship right now, so the next rotation of the cars can jump in. So in the worst case scenario, so in the worst case scenario, we can get the Nesiska and JPC-10, which I hope we were gonna get it. And there we go. Another race, another victory, with us being in the first place, Lancia Stratus at the second, respectively so, Honda S3, S2000 at the third, NSX at fourth, Europa Lotus at fifth, and Tomica ZZS at the last place. Which Tomica ZZS, if you modify it and you put the gear on 12, it easily reaches 300 kilometers an hour. Which is crazy for a car with such a low power after being modified. Alright, next race, we're gonna increase the maximum power output of our Mazda RX-7. We're also gonna extend the gears. With the maximum power output that I can put into this car is 443. I think the maximum power output I will be able to put in this car is 400 brake horsepower. We're also gonna have to increase the height size of the car, because Deep Forest, just as well as Trail Mountain, is not really the most stable of the tracks. Right, East City. So we got turbo 400 and 476. Yep, we are increasing the power output of our car by 62 brake horsepower, and we're getting back to the racing. Deep Forest, let's go. I have not driven that track for a very long time, so I'm gonna have to like refresh the memory of this track. Like I said, I'm gonna increase not the spring rate, the racing height by ever so slightly. I think the rest of the car is good. I could increase the camber maybe. That should be good. Don't need to increase the toe. No, I think everything else is fine. Just gonna increase the gearing. And maybe the diesel? Nah, diesel should be good enough. Alright, let's see what this car can do. I don't really like to configure the gearboxes too much, because it is not as good as in Gran Turismo 1. It's just my pet peeve. I like that display on Gran Turismo 1 as you modify the gears. And what do I see here? TVR Cervera, another 3 RX-7s. What a great day to be alive. 3 RX-7s on the Deep Forest Raceway. I always slow down here quite a bit. I guess I still have a lot of muscle memory when it comes to this track. Which is good, but also bad, because this happened. Oh well, you live, you learn. The first lap at 1:22.833 and 235 kilometers an hour of a top speed. I kinda want to drift this car. Kinda. And there we go, race finished with the final lap at minute 13, and what is the result? Me at the first place, as per usual. This car is not really that this game is not really that difficult. The another Mazda RX-7 at second, Honda S2000 third, TVR Cervera at fourth, Mazda RX-7 fifth, and Tomica ZZS at the sixth place. I think I'm gonna keep the stats of the car as they are right now. Was thinking about increasing the spring rate on the front a little bit, but then again, Trail Mountain has a lot of especially the first like 1/3 of the track is a lot of tight corners. So me getting to this corners faster is actually quite a valid thing to have, and also the last few corners of the Trail Mountain track also are pretty snappy. So I think the car is perfectly set up. The only thing I need to increase is the power and adjust the gearbox. Anyway, we won 8,000 credits and also a new car. The last race that happens at Trial Mountain, and the maximum power requirement is 591. Let's go and get ourselves a turbo. A turbo stage 3, because I could slap a stage 4 on it, but with stage 4 this car is gonna reach over 600 brake horsepower, which is not allowed amount of power. And with 554 brake horsepower, we can jump right into the race. We are day 31, that means that we're gonna have a new rotation of cars available to purchase from the used car dealerships. Trail Mountain, let's go. This is gonna be a little bit of a challenge, not gonna lie. Okay. Settings. Like I said, I think I'm gonna keep the car as it is. I think the car is perfectly set up as it is right now. Don't really feel like adjusting or changing anything. Gonna go for auto setup and increase the auto setup to 14, which should be enough. It might be even too much, but we'll see. Trail Mountain doesn't really have that many of a long straights that allow you to basically use the maximum power of the car. But if I'm gonna have too short gearing, it's also not gonna be very great. So let's start the race. We have Honda 2005, Lotus Motorsport, Elise, Zebra 4.5, and at the front is another Mazda RX-7. And without any issues, we have managed to take in the first place. After finishing the licenses on gold, which is exactly what I did, after finishing all the licenses on gold, this game becomes quite easy. I'm not gonna lie, the AI, the difficulty scaling of this game is not really the greatest. Ah yes, the Trail Mountain. How many times I remember just cutting into between that chicane and hoping that my car is not gonna spin. The answer is way too many. That was a little badly taken corner, I'm not gonna lie. And that's the final corners over here. Actually, I'm gonna do it. Haven't spun, but still crashed into the wall. And we won with a 1:22. And my car is the first place, Lotus Motorsport Elise at the second, Tomica ZZS at the third, Mazda RX-7 at the fourth, TVR Zebra 4.2, I was wrong, at the fifth, and Honda S2000 at the last place. Right, let's check the rewards. Well, first of all, the reward is 10,000 credits, plus the new car. But because this is the end of the championship, we're gonna check our garage and see what all cars we have won. Let's take a nice little look. And as the first car for the first race, it's Angel T01 with 155 brake horsepower and 700 kilograms of weight. Pretty lightweight car, but I don't really know from which era this car actually comes from, because it looks like something that was either created in 1994. I can already see that. Tokyo Auto Saloon. So this is basically a prototype of the car. Kind of wish it was from the 80s, not gonna lie. The next is ZZ3, which is another Tomicaria car that I think never got released, with 184 brake horsepower and 670 kilograms of weight. A very good lightweight car that could be used for 197 brake horsepower races, which there's not really a lot of them. And the cream of the crop, the Tuscan TVR Tuscan Speed 6, which is quite an enigma. It's definitely quite a different car, quite a beautiful car too, quite a different car to say the least, with 361 brake horsepower and 1060 kilograms of weight. That being said, we have managed to beat the pure sports car championship. People of Twitch, we are still gonna stay over here, but people of YouTube, this is gonna be the end of this episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, consider subscribing, ring the bell, start with a like, leaving a comment, all that good stuff. Links for every kind of my socials can be found down below in the description, as well as the pinned comment down below. The music that was playing in the background was made by Car Casey at his website whitebataudio.com and his YouTube channel Whitebat Studio on YouTube. Consider subscribing to him too, because he provided a nice music for us. That's it for me over here. See you guys on the next episode.